Hiawatha Bray here, much as you'd like to forget me. I'm afraid there's no getting away from me either here or on the internet, because that famous ruling that came out last week about how Europeans have a right to be forgotten online doesn't apply here. If you end up with some information of yours out on the internet, there's probably not much of anything you can do to get rid of it. But you can do something to, well, sort of hide it. It's called reputation management, and lots of big corporations, movie stars, famous ex-convicts use it all the time. There are companies that will do things to the internet to basically make it harder for people to find the bad stuff about you. The idea is that most of us only look at the first page or maybe the second page of a Google search, and what appears high up depends on how often the information is changed or how high its quality is. So there are things you can do to your online information to make sure that the good stuff stays way up high and the bad stuff gets pushed way down. So that's what reputation management is all about. You can spend quite a lot of money doing it. One company, Reputation.com, charges a basic rate of $100 a year, but they tell me that they have clients who pay $10,000 a month trying to hide all the nasty stuff that they've done. However, you don't have to go that far. There's another company called BrandYourself.com, and they have a service that you can pay for, but they also offer a free version. By using BrandYourself.com, you can take certain steps to make sure that your good name on the internet will tend to stay that way. Basically, what you want to do is, first of all, make sure that you're out there. Some people think that by staying off the internet, they're protecting themselves. In fact, the opposite is true. Other people can be putting up stuff with your name in it that might give you a bad reputation. To protect yourself, everybody should have a good online presence at places like Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn. Even if you don't use them very often, put your name out there and own those accounts so that nobody else can sign in under your name and do something nasty. In addition, of course, you can then put information into each one of these accounts that tend to make you look good. Fill out the personal profile. Be sure to put your own name, your full name, in as many places as possible. Google and other search engines will see that, and the more often your name appears, the higher they'll tend to rank it. Also, link all your various sites together. That's a good idea because when one site is linked to another, Google tends to rate that higher too. It's also a good idea to find out what other people are saying about you online, and that's amazingly easy. There's a service offered by Google called Google Alerts. You can simply have it notify you anytime some other website mentions your name. You'll get an email about it. Now, you can do a lot of this on your own. You can go to a company like Brand Yourself and they'll walk you through it. Sorry folks, but this isn't Europe. No court in America is going to force Google to remove accurate information from its search engine. Instead, what happens with reputation management is that embarrassing story about the drunken brawl in the restaurant parking lot will end up down on page 7 or 8 of the next Google search or Bing search that somebody makes when they're looking for information about you. Up on the top page, the page where most people stop looking, all they'll see are those wonderful stories you've managed to put there about how you're kind to children and small animals. And that's a much nicer outcome, isn't it? From the Tech Lab, this is Hiawatha Bray.